If you're doing all the work and you're still having trouble selling, there's a chance you might not have product market fit. Product market fit is really just the way that you know that you can say what you need to say, price your product, and communicate the marketplace so that people buy stuff from you. These are three common reasons why you may not have product market fit and how it's hurting your business. One reason is you don't have a clear buyer persona. You may think you're talking to your customer, but actually you're talking to a completely different group of people. And how this shows up is in messaging that doesn't connect with your audience. So for example, luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and Gucci know that it's a feature, not a bug, for the prices to be expensive. And when things are expensive, that's a sign of elite status. That's a sign of luxury. Now, you'll never see a message from these luxury brands that say, hey, get 20% off Gucci with ads running everywhere, because that immediately devalues the brand. So if you are struggling to communicate to your customer, you may not have an ideal customer profile in mind, or you don't understand the intricacies or the transformative value that you provide to your customers. Another reason you may not have product market fit is you don't have enough demand for the product or service that you're offering. Now, in Los Angeles, there are lots of different fast food places, from burgers to pizza to Italian food to Mexican food and tacos and Chinese food. You know what you don't see any of? There's no Caribbean fast food. And part of the reason there's no Caribbean fast food, I'm sure there were many companies that tried to make that work, is because the taste buds don't align. Americans don't want Caribbean fast food. Maybe the food is too different. They don't know what to expect. But for whatever reason, there is no demand for Caribbean fast food, at least in the places that I've visited. So if you find that you're selling and you have your ideal customer persona in mind, and you're understanding their challenges and you're communicating your challenges to them, you may not have enough people in your total addressable market that want what you have. The third reason is your product doesn't have an immediate or urgent enough pain point. One thing I learned early on in my business is that attribution and analytics and consulting work in the digital advertising space was very important. But what I also learned when I started my company as a consulting firm, that it was very hard for me to acquire consulting clients. The people I was talking to didn't want to pay for thinking and strategy and consulting. What they wanted to pay for was ad buying, the service of buying advertising space and optimizing to leads and sales. So while maybe there are other people who are successful selling attribution and consulting services, what I found out from my business is that fundamentally, I needed to sell something very different because the pain point wasn't urgent. Ad buying for our clients became a profit center, a way to create stickier client relationships and grow the revenue line. And once I understood my persona, I understood what they wanted, I understood that there was demand for my service, and I understood the urgency with which these agencies were buying advertising space, I had achieved product market fit. Now, in more granular details, the way I had achieved product market fit was I spent 2 years at conferences, networking events, and on social media talking to people. I took note of all the different ways that I had conversations with people and their feedback and reaction to me. Customers don't care about how smart I might be, the fancy jargon that I use, or anything related to my past experience. What they cared about are ways that I could put more money in their pocket, ways that I could, for example, for restaurants, increase their order value, or make sure that they were busy during notoriously slow times of the day, like between lunch and dinner. So in creating product market fit, I learned how to talk to my target audience so that I could convince them that they needed our services. So if you're having trouble with product market fit, you really need to pay attention to, do you have a customer profile that is locked in on your target client? Are you sure that the total addressable market is big enough for you to make a living on? And ensure that your product or service solves an urgent pain point. I'm Robert. I'm the CEO of Brill Media. Share this with someone who needs help figuring out product market fit.